Hello and welcome. You're watching News 9 Live with me, Neha Khanna. On the show, we are going to discuss the probe by the Delhi police against the Wrestling Federation of India chief Brij Bhushan Singh. Will the Wrestling Federation of India chief Brij Bhushan Singh be arrested? Questions continue to be asked about why the Delhi police are treating with kid gloves the man who has been accused of sexual harassment by 7 of India's women wrestlers. Singh also faces charges under the stringent POCSO Act as one of his accusers is a minor. And as stories about his alleged sexual misconduct over many years continue to swirl around, a fresh and damning testimony has been made against Brij Bhushan Singh, this time by Jagbir Singh, an international wrestling referee since 2007. In his testimony to the Delhi police, Jagbir Singh has corroborated the allegations of one of the female wrestlers. In an interview to the Indian Express, Jagbir Singh said, and I quote, "I saw Brij Bhushan standing next to her. She freed herself, pushed him away, mumbled and moved away. She was standing next to the president, but then came to the front. I saw how this woman wrestler was reacting and she was clearly uncomfortable. Something wrong had happened to her. I didn't see him doing the act, but he used to keep touching women wrestlers, saying, 'Come and stand here.' From her behavior, it was clear that something was wrong that day." Jagbir Singh is among the over 125 potential witnesses across 4 states who are part of the probe by the Delhi police. Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has said this probe will be completed by the 15th of June. The wrestlers have suspended their months-long protest till that day. Remember, an Olympian, a Commonwealth Games gold medalist, an international referee and a state-level coach have all corroborated the allegations of at least 3 female wrestlers who have accused Brij Bhushan of sexually harassing them and demanding sexual favors from them. Meanwhile, the father of the minor wrestler in this case has now claimed that he lodged a false sexual harassment case against Brij Bhushan Singh because he wanted to get back at the Wrestling Federation chief for a perceived injustice against the girl. Does this weaken the case against Brij Bhushan? Or has the father of the girl made the statement under pressure? Fact is, Brij Bhushan Singh has been accused of sexual misconduct by some of India's top medal-winning wrestlers. The 6-time Member of Parliament also has more than a dozen other criminal cases against him, including those of theft, kidnapping, murder and attempt to murder. The question is, why has Brij Bhushan Singh not been arrested yet? And where does the case go from here? All right, let's introduce our guests at this point. Jagmati Sangwan, former Indian volleyball player, is with us. Sunita Godra, former marathon runner, is also with us on the show and will be joined in a moment by Ellen Rao, former DCP, Delhi Police. Jagmati Sangwan, let me come to you first. There have been 2 significant developments in this case. Let's first focus on the testimony of Jagbir Singh, the international wrestling referee who has even been quoted by the Indian Express. Jagbir Singh has given a testimony to the Delhi police corroborating the testimony of at least one of the female wrestlers who has accused Brij Bhushan Singh of sexual harassment. Jagbir Singh has clearly said that something wrong had happened to this girl that day. She was clearly uncomfortable. She kept moving away from this man. Even though he did not see Brij Bhushan Singh commit the act, he could tell the girl was uncomfortable and something had gone wrong that day. He has also in fact gone on to say that Brij Bhushan Singh used to regularly make inappropriate advances towards women wrestlers. Now, how do you see this testimony that has now been added to the more than 100 statements that the Delhi police have already garnered in this particular case? Because the question that's still being asked is, why is Brij Bhushan Singh still a free man? Why has he not been arrested?
Yes, I feel the statement of this international referee to corroborate the charges against Brij Bhushan this is a welcome step, and even others should come out to speak on this issue, because these girls, they have taken all type of risk by coming out to speak against their assaulter. And there was some I think psychologist earlier who also supported the charges. Now the international referee is also supporting the charges. And if Brij Bhushan had been arrested at the same time when POCSO was imposed on him, there would have been many girls who would have come out to speak against the sufferings what they have been through. But as the police, Delhi police has not arrested him, and they have given him all time to manipulate the victims. And
Okay, it's interesting. Jadmati Sangwan says that the Delhi police have given Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh too much time to manipulate this case. We will go back to Ms. Sangwan in a moment, but let's bring our viewers up to speed on another development that took place in this case today. Today, the Delhi police took wrestler Sangeeta Phogat, who's one of the accusers in this case, to the Delhi residence of Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh to recreate the sequence of events leading to the sexual harassment that he has been accused of. At 1:30 p.m., women officers took Sangeeta Phogat to Brij Bhushan's official residence in Delhi. They were there for about half an hour. They asked Sangeeta Phogat to recreate the scene and recall the places where she faced harassment allegedly at the hands of this man, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Remember, an SIT, a special investigation team, has been set up by the Delhi police to probe the sexual harassment allegations against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. And the Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has promised the wrestlers that this probe will be completed by the 15th of June. And that is the reason why the wrestlers agreed to suspend their months-long protest, but only until the 15th of June. Okay, Sunita Godra, let me now come to you. Ellen Rao is also with us on the show, but I want to go across to Sunita Godra first. Sunita ji, a few new developments have taken place. As I said, Sangeeta Phogat was taken to Brij Bhushan's residence today in Delhi to recreate the sequence of events leading to the sexual harassment that she allegedly faced. Another very important testimony has been made by Jagbir Singh, an international wrestling referee, who seems to have corroborated the testimony of at least one of the complainants in this case. But there is also another disconcerting development, if I may put it that way. And that is that the father of the minor girl, who is one of the complainants in this case, has now come out and told the Press Trust of India, the PTI news agency, that he filed a false case against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh because he wanted to get back at the Wrestling Federation for a perceived injustice against his daughter. His daughter, after a lot of hard work, had lost a match, had lost a bout. He blamed the referee and the Wrestling Federation for it. How do you perceive the statement that's been made by the father of this girl? We are yet to hear from the girl, mind you, and she's not withdrawn the statement. She has stood her ground. Of course, questions can be asked about whether the father has made the statement under duress, under any kind of pressure. But how do you perceive this development, and do you think it's a setback to the case against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh?
See, it is not at all setback for the case, because case is of sexual harassment. There was one minor, father became hostile. It doesn't mean that case is now becoming, getting some minus points, because the international referee, the way he has given his testimony, you can see him, when he speaks, it is all whatever has happened in front of his eyes. He's not saying anything, just, listening from girls or somewhere. Whatever he has seen, he mentioned about one tournament where the girls were practicing at the international level, and Brij Bhushan came and started practicing with him, then the foreigners were saying, oh, this is very bad, no good, girls and practicing president. So this is all, it seems that whatever referee is saying has some total 100% points. So the case has become now in favor of wrestlers stronger. The father has become hostile, and he does not realize that once you put such allegation on any person and then you take back your charges, you will also be get some punishment. That is
Well,
as per the
if
law.
it is proven,
Now,
if it is proven that he is has
which
committed
he's saying,
perjury, if you
Yeah.
are, if it is proof that you've lied under oath, then yes, you can be held guilty of
Yes.
perjury and you can then be punished. But in this case, as far as we know,
He's hostile.
he has said
Yeah.
this. He has said this in an interview to a media house. Now, we'll have to wait and see how the court perceives this. And we'll also have to
Yes.
remember the girl has not changed her statement. It's the father who's come out and said this.
and the sexual harassment is faced by the girl, not by the father. So
Yes.
father can become any day, under pressure, he can change his statements. Now the thing is, which I'm asking from day one, Mr. Anurag Thakur is doing everything. Verbally, he is saying that the 15th will be charge sheet will be put up and all that, which we don't know. Verbally saying that he will not take part in the election, we don't know. So when he can make a panel, legal panel like NADA, Ethics Sports Commission, for which in 2016 he himself went to the parliament as an MP and put that bill in the parliament. And after that, on 23rd of January 2020,
Okay, we seem to be losing Sunita Godra's connection there.
No,
Ma'am?
I'm back. I'm
Okay,
back.
okay,
I'm back.
please go ahead.
I'm
Go
back.
ahead.
When in January they were sitting on dharna and it was starting, the protest was starting. That time, Anurag Thakur himself wrote a letter to all the federations and the Olympic Association that set your system in place, and harassment committee should be there active in all the federations. I don't know whether all the federations are following this or not. So violation plus misconduct plus this legal panel is the Ramban, is the solution at this moment, because this person and along with him, those who are supporting him, all will be barred from sports for life. This is sports law. Olympic charter says if any misconduct, first bar the person, and after that only he can appeal. But nobody is doing that because our redressal system is not in place. So I'm appealing sports ministry, what you have in your hand, first do that. First, through your legal panel, saying just from mouth that he will not take part in the election will not, it can be illegal. This Brij Bhushan is so strong, rich, powerful and influential that he can challenge you. How can you ban somebody? You have no right. Only the legal panel, your sports panel has right, because one retired judge will be there, two eminent sports person with legal expert person, and they will decide. All the videos, all channels, they have proof. Video proofs are good enough. 10% easier and 100% faster is the sports law compared to our Indian law. So why can't they do this first? So if this person should be, now we have to do international shaming for this person, because International Olympic Committee has intervened.
That's correct.
UWW has intervened.
Yes.
So we have to
the
show
International
that
Wrestling Body
that we are
has
doing some
expressed
action.
concern. The International Olympic Committee has expressed concern. This matter has actually, garnered a lot of international attention, and it does not do India's image any good, that our top wrestlers are demanding justice. They have to take to the streets. On one occasion, they're almost assaulted by the police, and yet there has been no justice in this case so far. Ma'am, I'll come back to you. Jagmati Sangwan, since we'd lost your line there, I want to come back to you at this point before we go across to Ellen Rao. So, like I was saying earlier, there have been two major developments. One, I think, significantly strengthens the case of the wrestlers, because Jagbir Singh, this international wrestling referee who everyone's quoting, who's given an interview to the Indian Express, in his testimony to the Delhi police, has corroborated the testimony of one of the girls who's accused Brij Bhushan Singh of sexual harassment. How important do you think this testimony of Jagbir Singh really is? But on the other hand, the father of the minor girl has now come out and claimed that he filed a false case against Brij Bhushan Singh to get back at him, to seek revenge, because his daughter had lost a match after a lot of hard work, and he blamed the Wrestling Federation for it. Of course, it could be argued that possibly the man has made this statement under some kind of pressure, but do you believe that this could weaken the case against Brij Bhushan Singh? Because in case the POXO case goes, well, then, that could give the man some relief, because these are very stringent charges that we're talking about, right? Though it has to be said, the girl has maintained her stand. It's the father who's come out and made the statement.
But I feel the statement made by father of this minor girl, it should not have any implications for the case as such, because the circumstances in which he has been forced to change the statement, those need to be investigated by the Delhi police. And at the same time, the reasons lying behind for the changing of statement, it has taken almost 1 month. Brij Bhushan and his people were after this family every day, every time, and pressure like anything. But what a single family can do, where the things are being played in crores, and they can terrorize, they can purchase the witnesses. Earlier also it was pretty clear. But now it depends upon the Delhi police and judiciary also. They would have to reply to the people of this country also. They would have to consider the circumstances definitely. And at the same time, the Jagbir Singh referee, international referee, being the witness on that particular occasion when this girl was there and it was happening to her, it will play a very important role when the things are taken to the course of law. International referee and having that type of experience, if he comes out to speak in support and corroborating the statements made by these wrestlers, it is a big thing, I think.
Okay, so you are saying that Jagbir Singh's testimony strengthens the case of the wrestlers in a big way. How will this play out in the courts? Ellen Rao, let me come to you now. You are the former cop on the panel. What, according to you, could be the impact of these two significant developments that have taken place? On the one hand, Jagbir Singh, an international wrestling referee, has given a statement to the Delhi police corroborating the testimony of one of the complainants, saying yes, Brij Bhushan Singh has sexually harassed these women, and he says that he was witness to one such incident which he has narrated in his testimony. But on the other hand, the father of the minor girl in this case has come out and said that he lodged a false case against Brij Bhushan Singh because he wanted revenge over something, over perceived injustice against this girl. Now, the reason he faces a POXO case is because of this girl. Let's be very clear. The girl has not taken back her statement. She stands her ground. It is the father who's come out and now alleged that he made a false case. There are many who are saying that Brij Bhushan Singh has been given such a long rope by the Delhi police. He had enough time and, of course, resources at his disposal to go around intimidating and threatening key witnesses in this case, and therefore the statement of the father should not really come as a surprise. But the more crucial question is, how much of a bearing is this likely to really have on the case? The Jagbir Singh testimony and the statement of the father of the minor. How do you look at it, sir, from the legal standpoint?
Yes, Nehaji. On the 2 points separately, I will explain what will be the implications in this case. Number one, Jagbir Singh's statement is one of the statement out of 125 statements, and that definitely is supporting the case, no doubt in that. But the real testimony will be before the court. Now the testimony is before the police. Police is recording their statement under Section 161 CRPC. Now, come up to the father's statement because it's a POXO case. And if the minor girl has not reiterated from her statement, then POXO case will stand. If she is really a minor, by saying her father, that he has lost this false case, that will only depend whether the father has lost the report or the minor girl has lost the report. That depends upon the circumstances and who has who has lost the report. That if the girl has given statement or lost the report, that is sufficient for ground for POXO. There is no problem in that. But if the father has lost the report, that will have a little impact in that case. Again, I am saying that that statement, whether he has given earlier statement, whatever is given, and now he is what he is giving, that all depends upon the statement before the magistrate or before the judge, special judge of POXO trial court. Now, on the point of whether the Brij Bhushan Singh has threatened these persons, that unless and until there is a complaint of threatening, then there is a complaint of pressure, threatening, coercion, or anything else, that only speculations cannot be confirmed that Brij Bhushan is supporting or threatening or coercing these persons, unless and until there is specific complaint by some person who might have been threatened. So it all depends upon the whatever statements are being given by the witnesses and whatever statements are being.
Okay. We seem to be having a bit of a problem with those video links, but of course, Ellen Rao has made the important point that the POXO case against Brij Bhushan Singh will still stand. If the girl has not retracted her statement, it does not matter what the father has said. Of course, we will have to find out who lodged this particular case, but if the girl stands by her statement, then the father's U-turn, as it were, should really not impact the case in any significant or material way. Jagmati Sangwan, let me come back to you. The question now is, even if we set aside for a moment what the father of the minor has said, there have been too many conspiracy theories swirling around this girl and her case, it's still a POXO case at the end of the day. The case has not been dropped, and questions are therefore still being asked about why Brij Bhushan Singh continues to be a free man. Now, we are given to understand that the Delhi police have recorded at least 125 statements. According to some accounts, some 180 individuals have been questioned. Also, reports suggest that Brij Bhushan Singh has been questioned on 2 occasions for 6 hours each. What is taking the Delhi police so long to act against this man? Do you believe they will be able to meet the 15 June deadline and wrap up their investigation by then? Because that is a promise that has been made by the Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur to the wrestlers, and the wrestlers, that is why, agreed to suspend their protest till that day. Do you believe the investigation is going to be completed till then? And what happens next? Because this man is still roaming free.
Yes, as it has been promised by Anurag Thakur that by the 15th of June, the Delhi police will file the charge sheet. And it depends what they file in the charges. Since the initiation of this case, political pressure has been working on the Delhi police. Otherwise, its conduct is not understandable. Why they are taking so long time at every step. When the POXO was put on Brij Bhushan Charan, they should have first arrested him, and then the investigation should have gone. But it is all contrary. The mockery of justice system we are observing here, and the mockery of the law. We have fought very hard to get these laws enacted to check the unabated sexual violence against women at the workplace. And it's very painful to look at the whole scenario. There are two sets of laws or working in this country, one for common people and the other for the powerful, having a back of the state and its agencies. It's really concerning at the national and international level also, because recently the hashtag Me Too campaign was initiated at the international level. It indicates that the problem of sexual assaults on women at workplace is a very, very serious problem, and the agencies responsible to check it and to punish the people responsible are not working according to the spirit of the law. And this is also being observed here. All type of violations we are noting. What the committee did, according to the spirit of law, all the committee members must be made accountable. How did they conducted the inquiry at their level, and why they did not come out with a report with their stipulated timings, and why it was not a priority area for our sports minister, because these girls, they have told in front of all of us that they were called by the sports minister for 3 times. But he always was asking them to deposit their documents, to talk to the secretaries and allied staff. He spared only 5 minutes to talk to them at that time. So these all circumstances show that a heavy political pressure and manipulation is working out here in this particular case to protect Brij Bhushan in every way from the arrest and the punishment.
Okay, you are saying there have been brazen attempts to shield this man, who is obviously politically connected and powerful, from any kind of action, from arrest. But Sangeeta Godra, what happens after the 15th of June? 15th of June is when the sports minister has promised us that the probe will be completed. The Delhi police are expected to file a charge sheet. A lot will depend on how strong a case the Delhi police are able to present before the court. And of course, the wrestlers will continue to demand that the man be arrested, something that's not happened so far.
And I have my doubts that by 15, police will be able to do all the inquiries and all, because our court system is very slow. And first of all, sports ministry, when they write to Indian Olympic Association and the federation, that time Anurag Thakur office writes that the oversight committee which they made was totally an eyewash, totally out of sight, because as per their letter, this letter is written on 23rd January and the file number is also there. Okay, I'm not talking of this from my own side. This is a sports ministry letter. They say presiding officer shall be woman. Okay, presiding officer was Mary Com. Then they say that 2 members should be women who have expertise of law. Where were they? Then they say 1 member from non-governmental organization, from NGO. Who was that person in the committee? No one. Then at least half of the committee should be with women. That was also not there. So this oversight committee was out of sight, first of all, and not following the Vishakha guidelines. So they could not do anything. And even then, they were just to investigate, which they did not do properly. So now only 6 days are left. 15th June, 6 days are left. And in 6 days, miracle can happen if sports law is followed. When IOC has intervened, why can't they make legal panel in 1 day? And in 3 days, legal panel will ban this person seeing the video proof of channels and Jagbir Singh's statement and the girl's statement. The wrestler's statement is good enough to bar this person and his aide and his whole team, 7 places, his own people. Everyone should be barred from sports, because 30th June there are election. Then who will stop them? Legally, sports ministry cannot stop them. No one can stop them doing whatever they are doing unless a legal panel is there as per the sports law. When we have our own system not in place inside house, means in the sports, how can we depend on outside Indian sports law and the police, whereas we can do things, we can set the things right in our house, in the sports ministry through IOA, which is not done. I don't know why sports ministry is forgetting. It's, these are letters written by Anurag Thakur for the sports commission. This is the letter written by sports ministry on 23rd January to have system in place. But why can't they do themselves? IOA, why IOA is sleeping till date? Now what will happen? International Olympic Committee will bar the Indian Federation, Wrestling Federation, and they will then वो ये होता है ना, when Supreme Court said FIR was lodged, थप्पड़ खा के. Same way, when International Olympic Committee will give them one thappad, then they will realize, oh, we should have legal panel, which we don't have. We have signed the Olympic Charter, and we are not following the rules and regulations, which 203 countries are following. They have ethics commission, we don't have. Then they will realize. When Union World Wrestling Federation will ban this Indian Federation, then they will realize. 6
And
days,
do you actually believe you saying something very important and serious here? You are saying that perhaps, to teach these federations a lesson, it is time that the international bodies that they're part of crack down on them, and if if push comes to shove, maybe they should even be banned or suspended for some time, so that they realize that they are not conforming to global standards and the ethics standards that are expected of them.
And they have signed the charter. They know rules and regulations, but not following. IOA is not following the ethics commission.
Okay.
Legal body we should have in our own house, in these sports. And NADA came into picture when we filed a case in 1998 against drug abuse. Then the High Court ordered sports ministry and IOA, what are you doing for curbing the drug abuse in sports? Then the NADA came in picture. WADA
So you
was
are
there,
saying
NADA came
unless
in
there is
picture.
international pressure, no action is ever taken. This is an important point that you're making.
Yes.
Let me get a word in from Jagmati Sagwan. Jagmati Sagwan, Sangeeta Godra is saying that, till the international sporting bodies and federations actually crack the whip, issue strong statements, condemnations, or express concern, these sports federations in India just don't seem to care. The sports ministry is happy looking the other way. As I mentioned the other day, it was so disappointing to hear, a sporting icon like PT Usha, who now happens to be the IOA president in India, accuse these wrestlers of tarnishing India's image instead of supporting them, being by their side, listening to them and displaying sensitivity. So do you agree with Sangeeta Godra that, if a matter as serious as this is not being taken seriously by the Wrestling Federation of India, by the Indian Olympic Association, by the Sports Ministry of India, then it is time that the international sporting federations took some strong action, like maybe temporarily suspending these bodies?
Yes, Neha, all the sports bodies working in this country, they are not following the international norms and laws which can discipline these bodies. And we have seen here nationally also. Now the Supreme Court, when instructing the Delhi police to lodge the FIR against Brij Bhushan, at the same time, our Honorable Supreme Court has instructed to the IOA to ensure that internal complaint committees are constituted in all federations within 8 weeks. And we are keeping an eye on this, whether it is being implemented or not. Earlier, so many women organizations and other concerned individuals, they recommended a code of conduct for the coaches and trainers who are working with the women for their training. the proposal was made, although it was not foolproof, but yes, it was prepared. But when it was sent to the NIS and SAI, Sports Authority of India, the letter is taking rounds between the two agencies and it has not been implemented. Whatever is required to improve the systems here is not being followed because there is no accountability of the individuals responsible working in these federations. No accountability seen from the sports ministry. And what our Prime Minister himself said when Sakshi Malik and PV Sindhu in 2016 Rio Olympic, these were the only two women who won medals in the Rio Olympics. After that, he said, "Beti bachao, beti padhao" slogan I extend to "Beti khilao," meaning thereby that the sports infrastructure should have been extended up to the panchayat level, because these are the girls from rural areas who come in big numbers to participate in wrestling, boxing, and these type of combative sports. But and the safety security measures should have been ensured to put in place, but nothing was done. It proved a jumla. Only the jumla politics is being seen over here. Nothing is being ensured as long as the sports is concerned. Now is the occasion that these brave girls have come out to speak on this particular issue, and it is a welcome step that this issue is being discussed threadbare. And when it concludes, things must really improve, because there are a big number of women coming out to participate in sports these days, and they should play in a dignified manner over there. It should be ensured by all of the concerned agencies. And we are trying to fix that accountability on this occasion. All the women organizations, and we are also preparing a list of things which should be ensured in this sports arena and sports federations and associations at the lower level.
Well, clearly it is all about fixing accountability. Unfortunately, that's not happened with most sports bodies in India. And now the Wrestling Federation of India, more than any other sports body, is facing a huge credibility crisis. And as I keep saying, this case is not just about these 7 women who have accused this man of sexual harassment. This is really about whether India's justice delivery system can deliver justice for the women of this country, because these are our medal winning champions. Some of them are our Olympic heroes, and if it can be so hard for them to seek justice against one powerful man in a sexual harassment case, one shudders to think what ordinary women of this country have to go through. Questions, meanwhile, will continue to be asked about the conduct and the handling of the case by the Delhi police. What happens once the 15 June deadline is over? Will the Delhi police be able to complete the investigation? Will they be able to file a charge sheet in court? Will they be able to present a watertight case against Brij Bhushan Singh? Will this man be arrested? Will justice be done? The entire country is closely watching. On that note, I'd like to thank our guests for joining me on the show. Thanks very much to the viewers for watching. This is a story we'll continue to track very closely here on News 9 Live.